I was surprised. I expected him to not be quite so obvious about his thoughts, particularly about NATO and the Ukraine. I noticed that a few of the Republicans didn't stand up to clap the Ukraine comments, which is to be expected. Obviously, it's quite a diverse subject in the USA, whereas it isn't so much anywhere else. But fascinating just to see him in his stride, hit his stride, and to show what he can do, and all those years of diplomatic training, I guess you would say, and also just his sheer weight of experience has come through on the whole trip. I actually wrote down admiration yesterday, and that was just after the garden party and standing on the steps with President Trump and the First Lady. And I just said that decades of his experience is showing. It's good to see him finally operating in an arena where competence matters and he can display his skills. I think it's the reset he probably needs for his image as well. Do you agree with that?
Oh my goodness, so much. And that note that you wrote, Shauna, as you'll know, is going viral on Substack as we speak. Everybody really resonating with it. And your usual astute analysis, and I don't just say that because you're the host of this show and having me on as a guest, but you really are, and you can always see it in the comments and all that kind of stuff. And you're absolutely right. It is the reset that Charles needs. This trip, if he can now keep the wind in his sails, run with it, deal with some of the domestic problems that we don't need to go into because we don't want to take away from his big moment necessarily, or maybe we will, but we all know what I mean. If he can
later, darling, later.
Yeah, but if he can run with the ball now, this could be, this is a very, very important moment in his legacy. And I just thought that he did a brilliant job, and especially all the interference that has been run by Harry in the run up to it, which I think was disgraceful. Frankly, I think it was cruel and mean and a nasty thing to do to your dad. And I think Charles just shrugged it off. I think he walked out there, he shrugged it off with Camilla by his side. I think that I really agree with you. It was like a man transformed. It was like a man who'd finally stepped into his destiny, was becoming the king that we all so desperately want him to be.